Welcome to this captivating journey through the most complex and thrilling cases solved by Detective Chief Inspector Jim Oldroyd, the sharp mind behind Yorkshire's toughest mysteries. In this video, we'll dive into 10 of Oldroyd's top investigations, exploring the twists and turns that make his cases so memorable. From locked room murders to eerie moorland killings, DCI Oldroyd's keen instincts, deep understanding of human nature, and love for his homeland's history make him the perfect detective for solving Yorkshire's darkest crimes. So sit back and get ready to uncover the truth behind these gripping cases as we follow Oldroyd's masterful detective work through some of the most atmospheric locations in England. Don't forget to share your thoughts or favourite moments from the cases in the comments below, and subscribe for more intriguing crime-solving content. In The Body in the Dales, the first novel in J.R. Ellis's Yorkshire Murder Mysteries series, Detective Chief Inspector, DCI, Jim Oldroyd is called to investigate an unusual and perplexing murder in the remote Yorkshire Dales. The case begins when the body of Dave Atkins, a well-known local man, is found deep inside an extensive cave system known for its dangerous terrain and isolated location. The mystery immediately grabs Oldroyd's attention due to the sheer improbability of the crime. How did someone manage to kill Atkins and leave his body in such an inaccessible spot without anyone noticing? Oldroyd's involvement. DCI Oldroyd, stationed in the region and renowned for his sharp intellect and methodical approach, is naturally drawn into the case. With his long-standing familiarity with the Yorkshire landscape, as well as his ability to navigate its insular communities, Oldroyd is well suited to uncover the secrets buried beneath the surface of this quiet village. His investigative style is characterised by his calm demeanour, logical deductions, and empathy toward the locals, making him both a formidable and relatable detective. Key skills and approach. Oldroyd's critical skill in this investigation is his ability to see through the smoke and mirrors of the suspects' narratives. With numerous dead ends and red herrings, it is his methodical approach and strong analytical reasoning that lead him toward the truth. One of his greatest assets in this case is his deep understanding of human nature, enabling him to see patterns in behaviour and inconsistencies in alibis that others might overlook. Furthermore, his knowledge of Yorkshire's geography helps him understand how the terrain plays into the logistics of the crime. Suspects and their backgrounds. The case revolves around several suspects, each with their own potential motives to harm Atkins. One of the primary suspects is a group of local cavers, skilled in navigating the dangerous underground passages where the body was found. Their familiarity with the caves makes them both prime suspects and key witnesses. Among the group is Paul Drake, an experienced caver who was once close to the victim but had fallen out with him over personal and financial disagreements. His tense history with Atkins raises suspicions, though he insists on his innocence. Another suspect is Laura James, a former partner of Atkins. Their tumultuous relationship ended on bad terms, and Laura harboured resentment toward him, particularly after financial disputes. While her connections to the local area and the victim's past make her a person of interest, Oldroyd senses that her anger may be masking deeper emotions, which complicates the investigation. Additionally, a local businessman who had clashed with Atkins over land disputes and community issues emerges as a suspect. His financial interests align with a desire to see Atkins out of the way, though proving a direct connection to the crime is challenging. Complexities of the case. The complexity of the case grows as more details come to light. The cave system itself is treacherous, making it difficult for anyone unfamiliar with its layout to commit the crime. The forensic evidence is sparse, and the locals are tight-lipped, hesitant to betray their small community's secrets to an outsider, even one as respected as Oldroyd. As the investigation progresses, Oldroyd and his team uncover layers of deceit, revealing that Atkins was far from the upstanding citizen many believed him to be. His dealings with various community members were fraught with tension, and he had accumulated numerous enemies over the years. Each suspect's connection to the victim reveals more about their hidden motives, but the lack of concrete evidence keeps Oldroyd circling back to the beginning. The turning point in the case comes when Oldroyd revisits the cave itself, using his keen observational skills to piece together the logistics of the crime. By analysing the placement of the body and the timeline of events, he begins to form a clearer picture of how the murderer could have navigated the cave and avoided detection. Resolution. In the end, Oldroyd's persistence pays off as he uncovers a shocking twist that involves more than one person being complicit in the crime. The motives are both personal and financial, tied to long-standing grievances within the community. Oldroyd's ability to unravel the complex relationships among the suspects and understand the deeper psychological motivations behind the crime ultimately leads him to solve the case. The resolution is both surprising and satisfying, showcasing Oldroyd's sharp detective work and his commitment to justice, even in the face of rural silence and community loyalty. The novel's atmospheric setting, rich character development, and intricate plot have made The Body in the Dales one of the standout cases in the Yorkshire Murder Mysteries series. After solving the mysterious death in The Body in the Dales, DCI Jim Oldroyd's reputation as a brilliant yet humble detective grows. In his second major case, the Quartet Murders, Oldroyd is thrust into the heart of Yorkshire's cultural elite when a world-renowned violinist, Hans Müller, is shockingly shot during a live concert. The murder occurs at a famous Harrogate hotel, known for hosting elite gatherings, and the event throws the entire town into panic. Oldroyd and his loyal sergeant, Andy Carter, must unravel a puzzle that hinges on the intricate world of classical music, particularly focusing on the value and history of Müller's violin, a priceless Stradivarius that many coveted. As Oldroyd digs deeper, he discovers that Müller's personal life was fraught with jealousies and rivalries. His main suspects include a fellow musician who had been outshone by Müller's fame, a wealthy collector desperate to own the rare violin, and a former lover who was bitter over past betrayals. Oldroyd's methodical approach and sharp intellect are key as he dissects the motives of each suspect, combining his love for culture and human psychology to pinpoint the true killer. The case culminates in a tense confrontation where Oldroyd reveals that the murder was not about revenge or love, but greed, as the killer sought to control Müller's Stradivarius, its priceless nature too tempting to resist. Oldroyd's next case, in The Murder at Redmire Hall, offers a classic locked-room mystery that harkens back to the golden age of detective fiction. Sir Lawrence Swift, a wealthy and eccentric art collector, is found dead in his private study, shot through the heart. The door was locked from the inside, the windows sealed, and there is no sign of forced entry. Redmire Hall, a sprawling estate with a long history, hides its own dark secrets, and Oldroyd's investigation soon reveals that the key to solving the crime lies within the family's convoluted relationships and financial dealings. Swift's children, each with their own motives, become prime suspects: his son, desperate for money to cover gambling debts, and his daughter, eager to inherit the estate. The family's coldness toward each other complicates the investigation, and Oldroyd must untangle the web of deception, secret relationships, and long-held grudges. His understanding of human psychology again proves invaluable, as he recognizes the importance of unspoken dynamics within the family. The locked room aspect of the case demands Oldroyd's attention to the finer details of the crime scene, and he eventually uncovers an ingenious trick that allowed the murderer to escape undetected. The case is a triumph of Oldroyd's logical mind over seemingly impossible circumstances. In the Nidderdale Murders, Oldroyd finds himself investigating a chilling series of deaths in one of Yorkshire's most remote and insular communities. The Yorkshire Dales are beautiful but unforgiving, and the locals, fiercely protective of their land and traditions, are reluctant to cooperate with the police. The murders are connected to a long-standing feud between two local families, stretching back decades over contested farmland. The bodies of 3 farmers are found under mysterious circumstances, each in a different location across the sprawling countryside. Oldroyd's challenge is to decipher a murder pattern that spans generations. His local knowledge and deep connection to Yorkshire's history and people become vital as he navigates the insular culture of the Dales. The investigation reveals not only present-day greed, but also past betrayals, as old resentments between the families boil over into murder. As Oldroyd digs through layers of history, he begins to uncover hidden relationships and dark secrets that threaten to destabilize the entire community. This case highlights Oldroyd's patience and his methodical approach to solving crimes that appear, on the surface, to be unsolvable. Oldroyd's next challenge comes in the Moorland Murderers, a grim and atmospheric case set in the wild Yorkshire moors. The rugged landscape plays an integral role in the investigation, as it both hides and reveals the killer's trail. Several bodies are found scattered across the moors, each one seemingly unrelated to the other. However, Oldroyd begins to suspect that these murders are connected to an old legend about a lost treasure, and the killer may be someone who knows the moors better than anyone else. The windswept and desolate nature of the moors adds a layer of tension, as Oldroyd must battle not only a cunning murderer, but also the unforgiving environment. The legend of the treasure fuels rumours in the local villages, and Oldroyd's challenge is to cut through the superstitions and folklore to get to the truth. His familiarity with Yorkshire's landscape and his ability to remain calm under pressure allow him to navigate the labyrinthine paths of the moors, ultimately leading him to uncover the killer's identity. The case is a testament to Oldroyd's endurance and determination, as he spends days and nights on the moors, piecing together the clues that will lead him to justice. In the Whitby Murders, Oldroyd confronts a case steeped in Gothic atmosphere, set in the eerie town of Whitby, famous for its connections to Dracula and its brooding, windswept cliffs. A series of deaths occur under strange circumstances, each one linked to a historic landmark in the town. The local community is gripped by fear, convinced that a centuries-old curse has returned to haunt them. Oldroyd, ever the rationalist, dismisses the supernatural elements, but finds himself fascinated by the psychological impact the legend has on the people of Whitby. As he digs deeper, he realises that the murderer is using the town's eerie history to conceal their crimes, playing on the fears and superstitions of the townspeople. The investigation takes Oldroyd through the labyrinthine streets of Whitby, into ancient crypts and forgotten churches. His intellectual approach and deep understanding of human psychology help him to unmask the killer, revealing that the deaths are the work of someone who is deeply obsessed with Whitby's dark past. The case is one of Oldroyd's most atmospheric and psychologically complex, testing his ability to remain grounded in reality while dealing with a town steeped in myth and fear. Following the unsettling events in Whitby, Oldroyd moves on to the picturesque seaside town in the Filey Murders. At first glance, Filey appears to be a sleepy coastal town, but Oldroyd soon discovers that beneath its tranquil surface lies a dangerous undercurrent. Several bodies wash up on the shore, leading to speculation that they may have drowned accidentally. However, Oldroyd quickly deduces that foul play is involved, and his investigation reveals a shocking conspiracy involving smuggling and human trafficking. The tide and the ever-shifting sands of Filey's beaches complicate the case, as evidence is frequently washed away, forcing Oldroyd to rely on his keen observational skills and his ability to make connections where others see nothing. The case takes a personal toll on Oldroyd, as he uncovers a human trafficking ring operating within the town's seemingly peaceful fishing community. His relentless pursuit of justice in the face of such an emotionally charged case is a testament to his moral compass and unwavering dedication to the truth. The Revo Abbey Murders takes Oldroyd to one of Yorkshire's most iconic historical sites, the ruins of Revo Abbey. During a medieval reenactment, a prominent historian, Dr. Christopher Webb, is found dead under mysterious circumstances. Webb had recently uncovered a long-lost secret about the Abbey's past, and his research threatened to shake the foundations of local historical understanding. As Oldroyd investigates, He realises that the key to solving the murder lies in Webb's discoveries. The case delves into the world of academia, where rival historians, each with their own agendas, become suspects. The tension between preserving history and uncovering uncomfortable truths plays a central role in Oldroyd's investigation. His curiosity about Yorkshire's past, combined with his forensic skills, allows him to make sense of Webb's research and piece together the events leading to his murder. The case is as much about understanding the past as it is about solving a modern crime, and Oldroyd's intellectual rigour shines through as he navigates both worlds. In the Harrogate Murders, Oldroyd is drawn into the literary world of the Bronte sisters when a literary scholar, Dr. James Featherstone, is found dead in Harrogate, the famous village where the Brontes lived and wrote. Featherstone had been researching a controversial new theory about the authorship of Wuthering Heights, and his findings had caused a stir in academic circles. As Oldroyd investigates, he discovers that Featherstone had many enemies: rival scholars who dismissed his work, local historians who resented his intrusion, and even his own research assistant, who felt exploited. The case is a mix of literary intrigue and personal vendetta, as Oldroyd navigates the world of academia with the same sharpness and insight that he brings to his police work. His deep love for literature helps him understand the motivations of the suspects, and his ability to see through academic posturing allows him to uncover the truth behind Featherstone's murder. Finally, in the Harrogate Heist, Oldroyd faces a modern-day crime involving a daring art heist at a prestigious auction house in Harrogate. The Harrogate Heist stands out as one of Jim Oldroyd's most modern and high-stakes cases. It begins when a prestigious art auction at one of Harrogate's most exclusive galleries ends in chaos. A collection of rare, high-value paintings, including pieces by Turner and Constable, is stolen in a meticulously orchestrated heist. In the aftermath, one of the gallery's staff members is found brutally murdered, heightening the urgency of the investigation. Oldroyd's involvement starts when the local police, overwhelmed by the scale of the operation, call in his expertise. The detective and his team, including Sergeant Andy Carter, quickly recognise that the theft wasn't a random act. The precision of the operation suggests it was planned by professionals, and the murder hints at a deeper betrayal within the gallery itself. Oldroyd begins by interviewing those closest to the crime, focusing on the auction house's employees, art collectors, and even rival galleries. As Oldroyd delves into the world of art and forgery, he uncovers a tangled web of financial pressure, personal vendettas, and illicit dealings. The gallery's owner, Simon Caldwell, becomes a key suspect. Though outwardly polished and charming, Caldwell's finances are in ruins, and Oldroyd suspects that he might have orchestrated the theft to pay off his mounting debts. Caldwell's estranged business partner also comes under suspicion, especially after it's revealed that he stood to gain from the gallery's downfall. Oldroyd's ability to connect seemingly disparate clues proves invaluable in this case. He carefully examines security footage, conducts interviews with art experts, and even visits some of the seediest underworld figures in Yorkshire's criminal circles to track down potential buyers for the stolen art. His attention to detail and relentless pursuit of the truth eventually pay off. Oldroyd identifies a key flaw in the gallery's security system, which was sabotaged from the inside. This revelation leads to a dramatic confrontation with the true mastermind behind the heist, an unexpected insider with a personal grudge and a burning desire for revenge. As the case reaches its climax, Oldroyd orchestrates a sting operation that not only recovers the stolen artwork, but also brings the murderer to justice. The Harrogate Heist is a testament to Oldroyd's adaptability and his unshakable commitment to uncovering the truth, no matter how deeply hidden it may be behind layers of deception and greed. With the case concluded, Oldroyd reflects on the human motivations driving both art and crime: greed, desire for recognition, and the lengths people will go to protect their status. It is a fitting end to another brilliant case, leaving his team and Yorkshire once again in awe of the detective's sharp mind and moral compass. With the Harrogate Heist wrapped up, this brings us to the end of the 10 most popular and memorable cases of Detective Chief Inspector Jim Oldroyd. Each case, from the chilling depths of the Yorkshire Dales to the eerie streets of Whitby, has tested Oldroyd's intellect, resolve, and deep understanding of human nature. Through it all, Oldroyd remains a calm and methodical figure, his passion for justice unwavering. These cases showcase not only the charm of Yorkshire's atmospheric settings, but also the complexities of the human mind, making Jim Oldroyd one of the most captivating detectives in modern crime fiction.